Okay, question 8. The gas company increases its charges for units of gas used. Helen works out the amount she will now be charged for gas used. She uses the graph below, and it says use the graph to write down. Use the graph to write down. Hang on a second. Sorry. This is where question 8 actually starts. Apologies. Helen writes down her reading on her gas meter on the first day of each month. Gas is charged 56p for each unit used. Work out how much Helen is charged for the gas in January 2004. Okay, so you might be hesitant, not hesitant, but try and rush into this question and think, oh, this is easy. All I've got to try times is 0.56 times 3580 for January. But this isn't right. It goes, because the reading in the 1st of January is 3580, reading on the 1st of February is 3742. So this means in January, the amount of units she's actually used is 3742 minus 3580. That's the first calculation we've got to do. 3742 minus 3580, and we've got a calculator, so use it. 3742 minus 3580, that gives us 162, and that means that she's used 162 units in January. So this means that Helen has used 162 units in January. Okay, so we then times this 162 times 0.56 to give us, so we do 162 times 0.56, which is £90.72. So that's how much she's going to be charged for gas in the month of January 2004, I should say. So, okay, so in February 2004, Helen used 165 units of gas. She used 1/5 of these units in the first week. How many units did she use for the rest of February? Sorry. You can see the question now, that's better. So, for the first week, she's used 1/5 of these. How many units did she use in the rest of February? Well, if in the first week she used 1/5, in the rest of February she therefore has used 4/5, because 1/5 plus 4/5 equals 1. So this is units. So let's not confuse ourselves. So this we have 1/5 plus 4/5. Sorry, like that. So you use 1/5 of these units in the first week, and she used 4/5 of these units for the rest of February. So then we just take this 4/5 and we times it by 165, and this will give us the amount of units. So we just type this in our calculator. 4 divided by 5 times 162. Is it 162? No, it's 165. So this is 132. So 132 units. Just a quick note, you know, when you're using a calculator, there's 2 ways you can get 4/5. It's the same sort of way. 4 divided by 5 will give you 4/5, or alternatively you can do 4 and then this button here. Can you see this one here? If you've got this on a calculator, this means like fraction, 4/5, and that will give you the 4/5 there. And then you can see that's the same as 0.8, which is the same as 4 divided by 5. So now we're moving on to part C. We've read it before, so we just move down to here. So it goes, use the graph to write down the amount Helen will be charged for 100 units of gas. This is just looking at the graph and reading off values. Simple. So it's 100 units. So here's the units. Units are across the x-axis, amount in pounds are across the y-axis. So we draw a line here, and then we draw a corresponding line here. And for 100 units, she's going to be charged £60. And this is the number of units of gas when Helen is charged £90. So this is just using the y-axis and then reading the value from the x-axis. So 90 is here. Read off this value here. Read off this value here. So this is then going to be, if you can see that better, it's just going to be 150 units.